Hey everybody, welcome to the Say Something Else podcast. I'm your host Rick Grease. It's your co-host Ja. What up, Ja?
Hi, how you doing?
Good. My whole left side of my booty cheek is wet because accidentally spilled some Pepsi on my chair before I came out here. Then I got up to straighten my pants up and it was all wet, just the whole left cheek. So I'm a little soggy in this bitch right now.
Go ahead and get the right cheek wet so you have equilibrium.
No, I need to drink the rest of this Pepsi.
How you doing in your car? Any crackheads or anything come by?
No, not today, but the high school kids are about to get out in about another half hour. So
They're all, what is that gangster guy doing in his car? Wouldn't it be funny if you just saw like a crackhead walk by, like, "Hey, I need to borrow $2."
no.
Just kidding.
I'm gonna be like Ice Cube on Boys in the Hood. Get the fuck out my face.
This is what the viewers want to see.
Rick Grease confrontation with crackhead. That's a headline right there.
The Crackhead Chronicles.
Anyway, before we start, if you guys watching this on YouTube, please like, share, subscribe, comment. Facebook, same thing. Share it to your friends and family. Comment. Don't forget the Mrs. B's beard line, the Shiznit beard oil, beard balm, t-shirts, coffee mugs. We got a whole bunch of merchandise. Please don't forget the candles. Yeah,
Candle.
get the candles.
Smells like podcast.
So we're gonna go ahead and jump right into today. I know we talked about shooting last episode with the Asian massage parlor in Atlanta, Georgia, but unfortunately, we have another mass shooting that happened. I believe it's in Colorado. That happened just a few days ago, where a 21-year-old guy killed up to 10 people, if I'm not mistaken, at a supermarket. Just walked in and randomly started spraying people. But of course, they try to immediately blame it on him being bullied in high school and having a history of violence and mental health issues and stuff like that. And they still call him suspect, even though, I mean, he's literally on camera killing everybody. I don't know if the definition of suspect has changed, but yeah, they're calling him a suspect.
When you use suspect, do you mean like you don't know if it's him, or like you just using that for whoever commits the crime? I mean, all that stuff might be true. Like bullying and all these mental issues might have helped to it, but like I don't know. I just feel like when people are lighter than a certain shade, they get to have a good spin on the story. Or like, let's understand their background. Let's have a discussion about mental health. Like we should be having a discussion about mental health, but why is it only applied to certain people? I don't know. That's just my take.
No, I agree 100% with you because they do this every single time. Okay, look, almost 90. I gotta say 90%, if not even 100% of mass shootings is all people that's lighter than us. Let's just say that.
I mean, I don't think this guy was a white guy though. Wasn't he like Middle Eastern descent?
Oh yeah, I forgot what his name was. This is Middle Eastern descent, but nigga look white. I'm sorry.
Well, let's just wait for the terrorist angle to come by.
Yeah.
And then,
you mad because you got bullied in high school. You 21 years old now. You graduated high school and you're 17 or 18 years old. So you waited 3 years to just randomly kill people that had nothing to do with the bullying that happened to you. Please make it make sense. That's why I'm always leery when stuff like this happens because it just seems really off to just random.
No, I feel like to me, I feel like if you have like a harsh upbringing and get bullied and teased a lot, like that can carry over to years later, even as an adult. I'm not saying it's okay. It's definitely not okay. It's no excuse, but it's like I think it can affect people in that way. But I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I'd probably go after the people that bullied me. That makes sense. I mean, that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't just. It's sad for the families and the people who died because there was a couple of younger people, I think like around his age, 21, 22, maybe mid 20s. But the majority of the victims are like in their 50s or 60s. And I mean, there's people that just woke up one morning, went to the store, did not even cross their mind that something like that would happen to them. They're gone, can't get them back. So I feel bad and feel sad for the families that that happened to, and for last week's shooting too. It's just a sick, cold world that we live in.
It's very tragic that they had to die that way.
Yeah.
So I do feel sad for that. But I mean, we do see once again, like If you're lighter, I don't mean to bring it back to that, but if you're lighter complexion, you get to walk out alive.
Yeah, he
He
literally.
he had a shootout with the cops, but they just shot him in the leg.
They shoot him in the leg. They cuff him, just walking with blood pouring down his leg.
But Breonna Taylor,
or any other black person, literally with candy in a Arizona tea in their hand,
right,
just gotten killed point blank.
are reaching for your license after you're told to reach for your license. You still get shot. I don't know.
So, like I said last week, so people always want to say, "Oh, y'all make everything about race." Well, the media is doing that, so don't blame it on us for pointing it out.
The thing is, okay, the systems that are in place right now are based on race. Like you can trace almost anything back, and there's some kind of racism or racial inequality, implicit racial bias. Okay, we didn't create that. The people who have the privilege in this country, I'm not saying they did, but their ancestors created that and on purpose. Like it was created like this on purpose. We didn't create this, so like us pointing it out is not focusing on race. Like we're pointing it out that everything was created about race. So if anyone has anything to say like that, you can blah.
Yep. Don't try
to. Or make your own podcast.
Are you mad? Are you mad?
You mad, baby girl? Oh, baby girl.
But anyway,
our condolences to the families and the victims. That is very sad.
Yes, please rest in peace. Just stay safe out there. I mean, you can't go to the supermarket, you can't go to the movie, can't go out to eat, can't even stay home. Like, what are you supposed to do? And
America has a real violence problem. Very violent nation. We really are.
It really is. And they try to act so bad like we're not, but like this whole country is just founded on violence and just taking over people who already been here before us.
Literally,
I don't understand why we try to deflect this or try to act like it doesn't exist or that's not what happened. But whatever. Nobody likes their own medicine, I guess what it is. Hypocrisy. I love pointing hypocrisies out. It's just amazing to me. Nothing more I love in life.
Favorite pastime.
But anyway, we'll go ahead and jump right to the next topic. This is something that told you it's gonna happen. And it was, I want to say earlier this week, or maybe through the weekend, that Royal Caribbean announced that starting in June, when they start cruises again, that all adults have to be fully vaccinated and have proof of that in order to even get onto the cruise ship. So if you ain't got your COVID shot, you ain't getting on if you're an adult. Sorry.
I read today that it's the cruises that are shipping, sailing from the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Like, most likely, I wouldn't doubt if they were like, when cruises start shipping from America, if they're going to do that. But the spokespeople and the CEO, I think, or the president, one of them even said like they don't have any word yet if they're going to implement that from when cruises start sailing from America. But yeah, they said they're going to look at everything, and it's expected to evolve. But for now, they want people to be vaccinated.
I don't have a lot of money. I'm not too much of a betting man, but I would be willing to bet all my life savings on the fact that that's going to happen eventually. It might take a little bit of time, but yeah, we'll get to that point.
I mean, there's been some cruises that have been going on still during COVID, and they haven't had that many infections and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not really against it. I mean, like, you don't got to go on a cruise.
Yeah, no, I'm perfectly fine staying at home. I ain't tripping.
But
I did a home cruise before.
Like, I am. Hey. Shoot me the F up with the vaccine because I'm trying to go on this cruise. Okay, baby girl. I'm trying to go on the Bahamas. I mean, I get it. Like, you're in close quarters with these people for like almost a week. Like, if someone has COVID, that shit is going around.
Yeah, you're dead.
I don't get it. You're dead, honey. I'm just kidding. You're dead in the head.
Yeah. So I mean, if you want to do your cruises, I know people can't wait for summer to start. So everybody that's been locked up is definitely trying to get out. I know them cruise ships is gonna be packed to the brim.
Right. I'm gonna wait about a year.
Yeah, either wait or get your shot or do both, but you're gonna have a decision to make.
I just got a message for Miss B and Ricky Hondo. If y'all watching right now, ready. Let's go on this cruise, baby.
That's stupid. But anyway, on to the next topic. We promised Ricky Hondo that we would talk about the Amish. I told you I got you. So that's what we're gonna do right now. Let's talk about the Amish. So I came up with a small list of just things that I feel that they do good that we should all probably learn from, and then also just a small list of things like I don't want to know if negatives is the right word, but just like stuff like I guess the downside of being Amish.
That couldn't be us.
What'd you say?
Said just certain things that couldn't be me. You know, I couldn't be doing this. You
So,
know, the good thing about this segment is that we can say whatever we want about them because they're not going to watch anyway. I'm kidding.
they didn't know it.
You know, we can drag them through the mud. I'm just playing.
Yeah, number one, I feel probably one of the most positive things about the Amish and their lifestyle is the fact that they have like limited to no use of like technology whatsoever. They're not on social media. They're not watching television 24/7. I'll be heard about the video games, but don't do video games and stuff like that. So I mean, they get their news from like the traditional way, like newspapers, or maybe not even at all. They're literally in their own little world.
I mean, what news? They're just gonna have community news? Like I don't understand.
I don't even know. They probably don't concern themselves with the outside world about news because I used to even watch some of the shows, and I don't ever recall them even having newspapers.
Yeah.
But there was a couple of tribes that did stuff a little bit different. They were a little bit more lenient when it came to certain things like that. Like they try to incorporate the way they do things, and then a couple of things from like how the world is now. But I definitely think technology or the use of like social media and stuff is something that we probably shouldn't depend on as much as we do.
Yeah.
Because this is really, it's just not good.
I agree. Like, I feel like there's good and bad to social media. Like it really is a good tool, but it can be there's a dark side to it as well.
Very dark
So
side.
I'm not even going in as much. And usually, like lately, Facebook been slipping. So I got an issue with you, Facebook. Because like, why do I keep seeing the same post from 5 days ago? This show up over and over again. Like I already seen this post.
But I have like the same 10 friends that only see my post, and the other 100 and whatever don't see anything at all. Like, or I don't see anything from them. Like, what? It's so dumb.
The algorithms are trash.
Yeah, I feel like social media does a lot more harm than good in the world today. Maybe not when it first came out, but definitely now it's sickening. But it, like you said, does have positives. You get news like in the snap of a finger, faster than what the news even reports it on TV. So I feel just from the fact that their minds aren't like in tune with social media or like regular news and stuff.
Yeah,
it's more their mind is like more pure when it comes to not having like biases from different sides and stuff like that. They're like right in the middle. They can sift through information like the right way instead of being influenced by outside things. Another thing, they have really good survival skills. As like we talked about on a couple of podcasts before, when the snowstorms and stuff happened down here and electric grid went down, a lot of people didn't have any survival skills whatsoever. Their whole way of life is built like this. They make their own food, they build their own houses. Like they literally do everything the old school way of like building, and everybody has their role to do. They're not relying on electricity like that, or just like power and different things like that we rely on daily, like banking and stuff like that. So if something went down like that, it's not really going to affect them whatsoever. They can continue with their way of life. Meanwhile, if that happens to us, like a lot of people run around like chickens with the head cut off.
We're done for.
Yeah, so I mean to me that's a positive, but also a negative. I mean, depending on what side you see it from.
I know I could definitely benefit from that. I probably won't. I ain't got no skills. Like if I was caught in that blizzard, I would have been frozen.
See, get you somebody who can do both. I can do both. I got the survival and I can rely on technology. But if it goes down, I know what to do. I watch too many damn shows and read too many damn articles and books.
Do you think you could live the Amish way?
Ooh, I mean, if I had to, I ain't had no choice, then yeah. But if I had a choice, it'd be okay. That snowstorm, those little 3 days seemed like an eternity.
I know.
Well, I can't imagine doing that for what'd you say?
So, what would you do without TV or movies?
I was actually okay without the TV and movies. It was the video games, like I said, that's what got me because I don't watch TV anyway. I literally watch football and wrestling on TV. That's it. Everything else is like movies from Netflix, but it's already stuff I've mostly seen, so whatever.
Just be watching the same movies over and over.
Video games that hurt it.
I mean, okay, so how long do you think you could live like that? Because I know I probably wouldn't last a day.
I'm thinking like a month tops before I start getting irritated, like real irritated. Or having like glimpses of a mental breakdown.
I know, right? I don't think I would last long at all. I mean, if I got some money, I would test it out. If I got a little change, see how long I could last. But I don't think I could survive.
But yeah.
But
no, what did you say?
Sorry, what?
No, go ahead.
Oh, I know they also do that thing called Rumspringa, I believe it's called, where when they reach a certain age, I think around like 18 or something like that. I could be wrong, so don't check me. The Amish community do not come for me. I mean, they won't. That's kidding. I'm gonna get like a carrier mail by pigeon with like them boycotting us. Where I know they're allowed to go to the outside world and live in it for a bit and experience it, and then they get to choose if they want to stay in the outside world or go back to the Amish. I can only imagine what that's like for them. I wonder if like their mind is blown. I wonder if they get scared.
I think the I used to watch, they showed those experiences.
Was it? Yeah, there was some reality show, right?
Yeah, it was a couple different. I used to watch those.
I remember that there was some reality show where they like followed. It was like the real world, but with the Amish people on Rumspringa.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it for the positives, I think. Or I mean, I'm sure there's more positives, but those are just like the top ones that I came up with that I think could help everybody. As for the negatives, obviously the lack of freedom. If you're the type of person that just wants to do whatever they want to do and doesn't like people telling them what to do or whatever, then that would be hell. Like for me personally, it probably would be hell telling me I can and can't do something because I'll pretty much gonna so I don't know how I survive that. That's gonna be a tough one for me. What about you?
Probably same.
Like I'd be ready to fight somebody like for real.
Probably, I don't think I could do that either. Like, I mean, I'm not out here just being wild, but like,
yeah, I mean, same here.
These roles of what I have to live by.
Yeah, like I should be able to have choices. I don't need anybody to give me the right to have a choice. That's just my choice naturally. So just somebody telling me that I don't have a choice to do something, I'm gonna look at you sideways.
Then they kick you out, probably. You'd be out.
Definitely get what is it called when you get banned?
Like excommunicated?
No, they call it, shunned. I would definitely be shunned.
Oh, I know, right?
Probably the first day, but
do they have Amish people?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen a black Amish person before. I've never seen one. Honestly, even on the shows, I don't think I've ever seen one.
Right. I don't think so either.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm gonna have to research on that one. I'm gonna come back next week with that one. Another one that to me would be a huge negative is the fact that like their whole lives. I mean, it's no different than Christianity now, but their whole lives are centered around religion. But they all live in the same town. They all know what's going on. They all know each other. So it's like the system of control in the Amish community is way worse than it is in regular life.
Yeah.
In my opinion. So that could definitely be a negative. And I've seen that even on the shows. That was a huge problem too. Was some of the people have with the church and stuff like that. And they would get shunned and couldn't come back and couldn't see their family. And once they're shunned, even your family, they won't talk to you. They won't look at you. Like nothing. Your own mom, your own dad, brothers, sisters. friends, none of that stuff. They act like you don't exist.
Isn't that kind of how like Jehovah's Witnesses are?
Yeah, I think so,
I
kind of.
learned that. I didn't even know that about them, but I didn't know the Amish were like that. I don't remember that happening on the show.
Yeah, I've seen that happen on the show. There's a
Yeah.
couple of people that got shined, and then he came back to visit. Um, and everybody just acted real funny around him. Like they would just be standing around. If they did talk, they would give like little one-word answers and stuff like that.
Oh,
No interaction. It was just like real cold, real
yeah.
cold interaction. So yeah,
That's definitely a negative.
yeah. So, did you have anything else to add to that, or any other negatives or positives that you might think
The
think of?
fashion.
The what?
The fashion.
The fashion of.
Could you imagine waking up and wearing that every day?
Yeah, it's like school uniforms.
Probably got them long underwear and everything.
I definitely went past that because you remember when we had our when we had church, we always had the dress code. I always had to have my shirt tucked in, but I don't do good with dress codes either because I'm gonna find a way somehow to rig it. If I got to tuck it in, I'm gonna leave the back part out or the front part out.
Yeah, I don't believe in dress codes. I don't really believe in it.
It's so stupid to me.
Yeah, and like unless it's like, I mean, obviously don't have your booty cheeks out. But even if I don't care, someone say booty cheeks out, doesn't affect me.
Hell, even in my job, we have dress codes. I'll be following that dress code. I'll be wearing jeans. We can't wear tennis shoes only on Fridays, but I'll be wearing my tennis shoes every day. We're supposed to wear button-up shirts, but when I have my hoodie on, I got a t-shirt. I wore a Mario shirt to work one day.
Yeah, okay, look, I know this is not even talking about Amish anymore, but like workplace dress codes, I don't get it, especially if you work in like a call center or an office job where there's no customers. Okay, side note, I don't feel like you should have to like have a strict dress code or dress up for customers. Who are they? Like, why does it matter? I get a uniform so I can identify who works at a place, but like everything else is for the birds. Like, why do you need like a strict hair dress code or like piercings? Like, what does it matter?
Yeah, that was my hair. When I used to have my, I remember I worked at Tom Thumb in Texas when I was like 18. Yeah, I couldn't have hair past my shoulders. So I had to either put my cornrows up in a ponytail or like do a different hairstyle to where they wouldn't touch my shoulders and stuff like that. Like I can see if you're working with food, so you don't want loose food or loose hairs falling in people's food and stuff. But I'm pushing carts outside, bro. Like,
like really work.
And then they had us in black slacks and a white dress shirt in Texas heat in the summertime.
Like what? That's way too hot. See, like I feel like the world's changing slowly with that, but stuff like that's never mattered to me. But then when you're working in an office setting with no customers, why not care what we're wearing? Exactly. Why can't we have piercings? Why can't we have tattoos? Why can't you wear this and that? Like, I just don't get it.
Yeah. And that's one thing I do like about my job is there's tons of people out there with tattoos. A lot of people are ex-military, so a lot of people have tattoos. I think I'm one of the only ones. I think there's a couple of people that are like one of these other rings, but I'm the only person out there with a septum ring or eyebrow ring. And I had my dreads. They was long all the way down to my crack. So
did they ever get stuck in there?
No.
The booty dreads.
I didn't tie nothing. Yeah, it would.
The booty dreads.
Booty dreads. All right, anyway, we'll move on to our last segment. I know we've been MIA with these for the past couple weeks, but we back with the hot takes.
Wait, didn't we have something else to talk about?
No, oh yeah, I'm sorry, my bad. We do. We got one more thing to talk about. We talked about it last week on movies we're looking forward to. The Snyder Cut, fucking amazing.
Well, I have a little different opinion on that.
Oh, let's hear it. Let's go.
Okay, well, I didn't think it was bad. It definitely was better than the original. Like, because I've seen the original, like theatrical release of Justice League, and then I watched the Snyder Cut. So, like, the Snyder Cut definitely was better. It felt more like a complete movie and story made more sense and stuff like that. But some parts of it was like watching paint dry. Like, it was like needlessly drawn out along for literally no reason. And I like long movies. But like a lot of it was just like stuff that wasn't needed, in my opinion. Like a lot of the backstory stuff helped, but then a lot of the flashbacks was just like, this just going on for so long, and like at some parts it didn't even feel like a movie because it was just going off in these different tangents, like these different backstories and this different flashback. And like, hey, wait, this doesn't even feel like a movie. It kind of felt like four long. It kind of felt like 4 episodes of a show almost.
No, I understand what you're saying. That's probably my only gripe with the movie too, is that I appreciate the backstories that they filled in for some of them, especially Cyborg, because in the original trash. So that was definitely a huge
Yeah.
difference in the movie for
I think
me.
everyone's agreeing with that
I
one.
feel like it still could have been shortened a little bit
Yeah.
to take some of the unnecessary parts out, and then just having so many different stories, um, put pieced together like that, it kind of felt convoluted a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I feel like it would have been better if they would have came out with their own individual movies first that explain the backstory, so they wouldn't have to spend this entire movie doing or half the movie doing that, because this isn't the movie that they should have been building backstories on.
Exactly.
That should be like Marvel. All this backstories is built before you get to Avengers. So it's like y'all can take a cue from Marvel on that one. But other than that, I thought it was great. I didn't want it was long. It was a labor to get through. I almost fell asleep a couple of times, but I didn't want it to end.
Well, the good thing about that movie is if you fall asleep and wake up, you won't really miss anything important because a lot of it was drawn out. I'm kidding. You're good. You're good. No, I'm being like harsh, but like as a joke. Like it still was good. It was enjoyable. If you're a fan of the genre or like those heroes, definitely watch it. I mean, I definitely feel like DC has made a lot of mistakes.
What?
But I feel like they've corrected it. I feel like they've done a good job of like correcting it in a way.
Yeah, they have.
I just feel like the way they were trying to go is weird. Like if you're trying to make a cinematic universe, you don't have to copy Marvel per se.
Yeah.
But like I don't see how you can build it if you go on like Suicide Squad and then Justice League and Batman vs Superman. Like what is this? How is this building the universe? Like this is like
Batman vs Superman was supposed to build up to the Justice League.
Right, but like the other movies, it just seems like 5 separate stories, but they're trying to make it a shared universe. But how? Like it doesn't really work.
That's why Marvel's great, because they pay so much attention to detail, and they get those ends from each movie and they tie it into like each show or each movie.
They take their time.
Yes, they do. They don't rush through
it.
They give their directors creative freedom, DC.
Well, I wouldn't really say that. Like a little bit, yeah. They give some more freedom than WB is doing.
A lot more freedom. So, and I'm not even a huge DC fan besides Batman, but I love Justice League. It was great.
I mean, I really do like a lot of the DC heroes though. Like I like Batman. I do like Wonder Woman. I enjoy Aquaman. I like the movie. Like yeah, they had a lot of flaws and it was sometimes overly cheesy, but like I felt like a lot of the cheesiness was on purpose. So for me, it worked. I bought that movie. I thought it was good.
Yeah, the cheesiness worked with Flash. He's like to me the only character to be like that, but I don't know. Aquaman, how they depict him in the movies is really like that in the comic book. So I don't really.
Okay, look, Aquaman the movie, I thought it was good. His character was good. Aquaman in Justice League, even the Snyder cut, that was a no-go. That was the biggest miss for me. Like, what? Why is he so like angry and like just no personality? It just doesn't make any sense. But I did enjoy the extra backstory with Cyborg, and I like that they showed more of Flash. Yeah. But the one criticism I have of Flash is his like first scene where he's going to go interview at the dog grooming place.
Oh yeah.
Then there's that whole car crash and he saves that girl. I thought that was cringeworthy. I thought that was embarrassing. And then they kind of make him they made him a creeper. Because like when he's saving her in midair, like he like touches her hair first. I'm like, shouldn't be worrying about saving her first instead of like
Yeah, that was kind of weird. I was sitting here like, okay, this is kind of that's what I'm talking about when I say unnecessary stuff in the movie.
Exactly.
Like they could have did without that one, but
yeah, exactly.
We'll go ahead and jump into the hot takes now. And my hot takes plays into this movie. I don't want to spoil anything for people who haven't seen it, but I feel like Jared Leto's Joker, if he was given the chance to be the main villain in like in the next Batman movie, like kind of like how Heath Ledger's was in Dark Knight, I think he would be equal or even better than Heath Ledger's Joker. I think so. Not the Joker, not how they had him in Suicide Squad. But
that is a hot take. I need to spray some water on that. That's a hot take.
Because you gotta understand, it's two different types of Jokers, but like I just think he plays Parker. I love Jared Leto. I mean, it may be a little bit of bias in there, but I love Heath Ledger too, and that's like the holy grail of like a villain in a movie for me is Heath Ledger's Joker. But I really think Jared Leto could at the very least be equal to his Joker.
I mean, that's fair. We all have our opinions, even if they're wrong. No, I mean, I don't know about equal. In my opinion, I wouldn't say equal, but I feel like it'd be better than he's coming across now. Like, there's not much time to like flesh him out, and I don't know. A lot of people would really disagree with your hot take.
That's fine, but I can see the glimpses of what he can do with it.
Yeah,
what he's even just a little bit of time he has in the movie. I can see him. I can see the glimpses. If he was given a full movie like that, like Dark Knight, bro, he could do it.
I agree. I mean, I can see that. I can see the glimpses too.
I can't tell you how much I was smiling on some of the things he was saying. I was like,
okay. You're just sick. Okay, my hot take. Oh, I can't even talk. My hot take for today is another movie hot take. My hot take is that Avengers Endgame is not as good as people think it is. It's a little overrated. It is a good movie. I don't think it's bad. It is good. But I feel like people just gloss over everything, like any criticisms of it, just because it was the last Avengers movie and the highest grossing movie. Like, for me, I appreciated that they showed what life was like after the snap or whatever. I appreciate all that, but I don't know. I feel like for the finale, let's see. I don't know. I don't want to like word anything the wrong way, but I feel like for the finale, it just wasn't enough. I feel like half the movie was just them kind of standing around talking about what to do.
It really was.
I feel like that should have been handled in maybe an Infinity War or some way handled differently. Because it's like, okay, like I'm all fine with character development and building, but at the same time, like you gotta make it entertaining. Some action.
I feel like what they've done with WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier, showing those type of things like that, should have been left for the shows and not for the movie. Because I did fell asleep in the theater when I saw it. And then when it came on Disney Plus and I rewatched it like 2 more times, I fell asleep again. And I wasn't even tired, but like they spent literally a huge chunk of the movie doing that. And I was like, okay, I don't think any of this stuff is even necessary to show right now.
I mean, I think it was necessary. Like for me, it worked, but it went on too long.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I was with it for a while. I was like, okay, this is interesting. I like this. But then after a while, I was like, oh,
yeah,
anything gonna happen? Like, what's up? Anything gonna happen? So that's my hot take. This is a little bit overrated.
Infinity War's still the best one to me.
Yeah.
The gasp I heard in the theater when he hit that snap and people started disappearing, I'll never forget it. It was breathtaking. Literally took people's breath.
That was a fun movie experience, the scene in Infinity War.
You're crying when that happened, and you just hear, oh, no! And then people were crying. I was like, nigga, I ain't never seen nobody do that in a movie before.
I'm pretty sure I've seen someone cry when Spider-Man disappeared.
I don't feel so good. Then he was gone. That's when they started crying. I was like, yes.
That was good. I would say for me, like my favorite Marvel movies are like Infinity War, Black Panther. I really like Doctor Strange a lot too.
Yes.
That was an amazing one. That was a good one.
Yeah.
This is my top 3.
Well, those are some good hot takes. We hope y'all enjoyed the podcast today. Please don't forget, if you're watching on YouTube and Facebook, to like, share, subscribe, comment. Don't forget the beard balm, beard oil, t-shirts, coffee mugs, candles, the book, all that. We're going to be back again next week, same time, same place. I'm your host, Rick Grease. This is your co-host, Ja.
Bye, bitch. Watch Black is King on Disney Plus.
Watch the Falcon and the Winter Soldier on Friday. Disney Plus.
Back to back.